Welcome back, folks. The Chiefs have a chance to get right, and they're going to do that here, I think, pretty quickly. I feel confident about it. We're going to find out how Matt feels about it here coming up right now on RGR Football. Mac Derrick from ChiefsDigest.com. How are you?
I'm doing well, Ryan. How about yourself?
I'm good. It feels like we just spoke. Maybe we should expand on those topics. and really, this is like an emotional thing, right? So Andy didn't feel good. We had this hospital stay and all that, and now he gets to go coach against his former organization. I think that's a lot of conflict, to tell you the truth. I think he's handled it pretty well in the past. What's your thoughts on how much this is different than an average reunion with the Eagles?
Yeah, and this to me is going to be really interesting how this team kind of approaches and embraces this week, because this is always an emotional game for Andy Reid, as emotional as Andy Reid gets. He doesn't show us usually that much, but no, yeah, this is important for him. If there's no other reason, then there's still so many people in Philadelphia that he's got great relationships with. He's got great memories from being in that group, and you don't have to spend a lot of time with Andy Reid just to know how important Philadelphia was to him in his life. So going back there is a big deal, and I think that his team knows that. So if you're talking about, who's got the emotional lift this week, certainly with the health challenges that Reid had after the game, and scare that he kind of put into everybody, throw that on to, winning his 100th game in Kansas with the Chiefs in Philadelphia against the other team that he's got 100 career wins with plus. The emotions are going to be riding high on the Chiefs. So if they can't come out with an emotional, energetic performance this week for their coach, I don't know what they would ever get up for, but I'm expecting this to be, the Chiefs on the edge. I think they're going to be wanting to play their best, and I think they want to be able to bring it for Big Red.
And I think it couldn't come at a better time, to tell you the truth. I think they need that emotional kick. They looked pretty lackadaisical the first 2 weeks. Started to get together on defense the other day, but still misfiring on offense. Like, they have to put it all together. Do you think that this is the game, emotions or not, that they can simplify the defense, tighten up the offense, and get it all to fire on one game?
All the signs are there because, the defense, they play with a lot of fire. So I'm not going to say that, they can bring much more than they brought against the Chargers, because I thought that emotionally that defense played about as well as it can. Certainly there's still more room to grow. And sometimes it's difficult to bring that 2 weeks in a row. But I do think that with the kind of situation that this team has faced defensively, I think that, I think that they can, go ahead and bring that energy 2 weeks in a row. And I think they can get it done. And you're right. Offensively, I think that there is a little bit of this, wanting to go out and push some people around attitude within this offense, because they feel like that the only thing that was really been holding them back are the turnovers. And the turnovers they feel like are, a little bit of a fluke, that those are things that they just don't normally do. Tyreek Hill doesn't fumble. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, doesn't usually fumble. So they feel like those are just, miscues that, have killed them, but they don't necessarily think that they're of their own making. It's a little bit of, just been bad circumstances. But you add onto that the questions that this offense is getting about, have people caught up with the Chiefs, or do they still have it anymore? Their attitude is, we've still got it. Don't be questioning us. And if you're going to question us, well, we're going to put up some numbers for you. So, this feels like the kind of week that the offense is going to come out firing. And I think, to borrow the immortal phrase, about Dean Smith was the only guy that could hold Michael Jordan under 20. This week, Andy Reid might have to hold his team under 50.
I certainly feel like that too, and I think they might mix it up. I look to see some quick game. I think they can take advantage of some of the early route slants, etc. And not wait on things to develop. I feel like Patrick's just been holding it just a little bit too long, even though he's going deep. I feel like he's taking windows a little more, maybe less crossers, maybe more straight attack. Do you think that will help him?
Yeah, I think it absolutely would. I mean, I can certainly see that the Chiefs wanted to come out with a game plan to be able to get rid of the football quickly. I mean, one of the things that I think you're going to expect from any team facing the Chiefs is that they're going to do their best to force the Chiefs to play for the small ball, to take away the big plays from them. And if you're going to do that, I mean, if you're the Chiefs, you might as well just take it. Don't worry about trying to force the ball downfield too much. I mean, take what's there. That means, feeding to Travis Kelce. Well, Travis Kelce's fine giving you 150 yards. So go ahead and take what's there. And I think that the Chiefs are going to have some favorable matchups this week. I mean, the corners for the Eagles don't scare me that much. If I'm the Chiefs looking at this kind of matchup. So I think they should be able to take advantage of that. And that doesn't mean that the deep balls can't be there necessarily, especially when plays break down. You've always got that potential. But to me, I mean, yeah, this is kind of the game that take what's there, be smart with it. Don't turn the football over. And if the Chiefs don't turn the football over, they're going to roll on this team.
Do you have a prediction? What do you think happens?
I could always change my mind before game time, but I only say that because I am right now primed for a Chiefs rout. And even though I predicted one last week and it bit me in the butt, I'm still going to go Chiefs route again this week. 38-13 Chiefs.
Wow. Folks, you heard it here first. Check out Chiefs Digest for all that and more, and I'll be back with mine here later in the day. Thanks for the time, Matt, and enjoy the weekend.
Will do my best, Ryan. Thanks a lot, my man.